Hi everyone, welcome back. Today it's time to rack my 2016 Zinfandel. And this is another video in a number of videos in a video series on my YouTube channel. I think it's called How to Make Wine, Red Wine from Grapes, I think it was. And this is the latest in that series. So if you're new to this and just see this video for the first time and not seen the others, go check out the others as well. But what I'm doing today is I'm going to take this wine and rack it to a new, clean, sanitized carboy. And the reason for that is that over time, as this stuff ages and bulk ages, sediment settles down to the bottom. And if the wine sits on that sediment for too long, it can give you some off flavors and things like that, which you don't want in your finished wine. So every few months, in general, you want to rack it off that sediment and into a new carboy, and even give it a feeding of some potassium metabisulfite. So that's what we're going to do here. Before I rack this off the sediment, I just wanted to show you a close-up of what I'm talking about here. Now this is the sediment. It's generally a mixture of old yeast, dormant or dead yeast, as well as maybe some grape pieces and particles and finings, or fine leaves they call it. Settling out of the bulk wine over time, and that's one of the reasons why you want to age this thing, to keep settling out the solids, so you get more and more of a nice, clear, clean wine. I'm going to add some potassium metabisulfite, like I do every time I rack, or every other time I rack, depending on how often I rack. It's been almost 6 months since I racked this thing, which is twice as long as I expect. So I am most certainly going to add some metabisulfite to this. About an 1/8 teaspoon's worth. I am also going to put my sanitized wrecking cane in there, and I'm going to purge as much air out of here as I can with some carbon dioxide back here, like I do when I rack, to minimize contact with air, because air is bad at this point. So let's go ahead and apply some gas to this thing. Alright, that should be enough. Now I'm going to move this to the floor in preparation to siphon. I'm going to siphon out of this big boy here that's full of wine, and siphon to this empty carboy not full of wine. Let's get going. I'm going to start with the big one and fill up the carboy down below, and then I'm going to start hitting these smaller ones. And I have a sanitized 1-gallon jar or jug I'm going to use to put it all into, so let's get going. There it goes, right on down, filling up quite nicely. Gotta make sure the hose though is all the way down to the bottom. You don't want it splashing from this point forward. You want it to slowly trickle down from the bottom up and not make a lot of bubbles or any sloshing. Oh, that wine smells really good. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm starting to drool. Almost there, guys. I got a little bit more to go, and it's slowing down a lot, so this last little bit might take a little bit, but I want to clamp it up when it gets to the top. That's it for the first carboy. So you can see how much space I lost. The last carboy was filled right up to the neck here. So you know, this space, this volume that was lost, was due to the stuff at the bottom of the first carboy, which I'll show you here. So now you can see what's left in the bottom of the first carboy. Of course, the old yeast and other sediment that you saw before. But right in the middle there, that little island, those are the wood chips that I left in there this whole time. So there you go, and a little bit of extra wine that unfortunately has to go to waste. If I try to slosh this thing around to get the wine picked up, I'm going to pick up the sediment, which I do not want. So unfortunately, this is sacrificial wine, actually, here at the bottom of this carboy. Now to siphon these smaller jugs, I have a new toy. I have a small auto-siphon. I just was showing you my original large size one for my large carboys. I went out and got a smaller one, just like this one. So it's a much smaller one. It will fit right inside these jars just fine and not tip them over. That last one I had, I was prone to tipping these things over, and that was not good. So I got the small one, and this will be useful. So my first time using this, pretty cool. I'm going to purge the air out of this 1-gallon jug, similar to how I did the large carboy. I'm going to try to give a prorated quantity of this potassium metabisulfite for this jug. It's a 1 gallon jug. My carboy is 6.5 gallons. There's probably about 6 gallons in it. I'm going to try to just give a tiny fraction. I try to eyeball this here, just a little bit, just like that. All right, let's give this whole thing a try. First time using this small auto siphon. There we go. All right. All right, that was the first jug. Now I'll just use the other ones and keep filling them up. All right, there we go. Ah, shit. I had to show that to you folks. I was going to originally cut it out, but I thought it would serve as a good lesson and a warning, because this isn't the first time a siphon hose had tipped over a jug on me. It's happened in the past occasionally, so it's something that does happen, and I was going to leave it out of the this video, but not only did I find it humorous, but I thought it would serve as a little bit of a warning to you in case you're doing this for your first time. Get somebody to help you with this and hold up the bottles so they don't do what they did to me. What happened is that the wine jug was about half full, and it was draining with the siphon, and as it got lower and lower, the weight of the hose and the siphon just pulled the bottle over and splashed all over my bar and on top of me, on top of the floor and everywhere. It was wasted wine. It wasn't a lot, but it was, as you can see, I was quite irate, right? Just to let you know, grab a friend, and this should not happen to you as it did to me. And there we go. This is what we got left, as you can see here. So I got some headspace here, which is a concern of mine. I'm going to try to fill this with a little bit more of CO2 to keep out the air here as well. And I'm going to put these back in my dark, cool corner, wrap them in towels to keep light off them. And I'm going to let them age a bit longer, and then I'm going to bottle them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out other videos on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe.